business. Reports released by the National Bureau of Statistics on Monday has revealed that the Consumer Price Index, CPI, which measures inflation, increased by 11.22% year-on-year in June 2019. Now, this is 0.18% points lower than the rate recorded in May 2019, which was 11.40%. The report further showed that increases were recorded in all COICOP divisions that yielded the headline index. On month-on-month basis, however, the headline index increased by 1.07% in June 2019. This is 0.04% rate lower than the rate recorded in May 2019 at 1.11%. Joining us live in the studio is our business correspondent, Irene Ubani, to shed more light on this. Thank you very much for coming on the news.
Thank you very much, Felicity.
What do you deduce from this latest NBS report?
Okay, basically, based on what you just read out now, we could see that on a year-on-year basis, that is June of last year compared to June of this year, inflation increased by 11.22%. But then in the month before, which was May, it increased by 11.40%. But then we see this reflecting more in consumer goods, things like tubers, potatoes, bread, cereal, which are things that we consume on a regular, which certainly has to, so it's supposed to be lower and not, increasing. But then we see that the insurgence that is happening within the northern region, where most of these things come from, are beginning to affect the price rate. By the time they get to places like Lagos, for example, the prices rise.
Okay, how does this affect or influence businesses?
Okay, now I run a food factory, for example, and I need potato, I need vegetable oil. You should have an inflation basket for your business, primarily, so that you know that the prices of these things in the month of January would probably not be the same price in February, March. So that way you're able to mark up properly. You know what your profits after, payment of all of this, purchasing of potatoes, purchasing of the products you need to, run your business. You know how it's affecting your income at the end of the day.
How can one hedge against the adverse effect of this inflation?
Okay, unfortunately, things like food prices, you may not be able to store fresh foods. You may store things like rice that can stay for a very long time, but things around potato, still going back to potato, or fruit, you can't store. So it's something that we really need to deal with, and maybe while the insurgence that's going on in the northern region reduces, possibly, then we'll start to see a reduction in the prices of foodstuff by the time they come towards those living in places like Lagos.
Before I let you go quickly, how does this influence investment options?
Okay. Some people believe whenever there's an option to invest, you just go into it whenever they tell you that there's an interest rate. The difference is, if there's an inflation rate of 11.22% and you're trying to make an investment for which they're telling you that the return on investment, you're going to get an interest rate of, say, 10%, you're not making profits. The value of your naira, the value of whatever investment you're making, is going to depreciate over time. So you are always advised and encouraged to make investments that are higher in interest rate than the current inflation rate of whatever country or region in which you intend to make your investments.
I want to thank you very much, Irene, for coming on the news.
Thank you very much.